What's going on, guys? Welcome back to E8 Football, and today we are going to react to Barcelona absolutely whipping the crap out of Girona in the Catalonian derby today. It was a 4-1 victory to Barcelona, and let me just say, the machine keeps on going, man. Hansi Flick has got it completely oiled up, and he is still rumbling with this team. And let me just say, we've absolutely conquered this part of the season. I know we used to have problems with Girona last year, but that was only because Girona had a much stronger team than this year. But this result was so needed for the match against Atletico. I know we were resting a few players, but it was still a really positive result. Really good showing from, really good showing from Eric Garcia, who had a fantabulous game today. I think Lamine Yamal, of course, obviously Lamine Yamal. Pedri. Lewandowski. I know there's some question marks surrounding his age and stuff, but he's showing you guys that age is only just a number. And I think Fermin had a good game. He had some iffy moments, but he had a good game. And we do have a few question marks on a few people today in the back line, but other than that, just a solid performance. It could have been 7 goals if it wasn't for their keeper turning into prime Buffon during some of those saves. But let me just say, this win was needed. We needed this win to go into the Atletico match to try and get us a win so we could go to the final. And the amount of fixtures we have coming up ahead is going to be real tough. And what great to start it off with an absolute battering of our Catalonian rivals, Girona. Let's go, man. Let's go. This is a perfect win for us. Frenkie de Jong, by the way, I always rated Frenkie de Jong, and he's proving most of the people who doubt him wrong. Because I know there are a dozen doubters who, in reality, I think just expected way too much of him. Like, he's not going to turn into Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi when you put him in that midfield. He's just going to be good enough to carry Barcelona to where they are now, and that is exactly what he's doing. I love that we have a functioning center defensive midfielder in Frenkie de Jong, and that's exactly what he's doing. So it's really good from him, and I personally think that he's being thrown all this hate for no reason. And he showed it today with his performance after coming on as a super sub. We're definitely going to need that in the Atletico game. Pedri, once again, our Iniesta regen, just absolutely running that midfield, breaking those lines again, never ceases to amaze me, man. He's just been incredible this season. Hansi Flick has turned him into an absolute boss in that midfield. I mean, I know he was before, but before he had all those injuries under Xavi and all of that. So now he's at the maximum of his capabilities, and he's doing really well. I'll say that. Eric Garcia this game. Let me just say, Eric Garcia played really well from what past Eric Garcia performances I've seen. He's actually done really well today, and I gotta thank him for that, because of all the people who had question marks over their head, like in terms of like possible transfers this summer, he was one of them. So it's good to see him back in form and performing well for a Barcelona team that has been absolutely rampant in these past few days. I love Koundé. Koundé also performed well. Did really good. You could see that he's tired a little bit because of how many games he's played, but he's been really good. Who else? Lamine Yamal. I don't know what happened to Lamine Yamal today, but he turned into an absolute beast on that right side. I mean, I know that he's been a beast before, but this game in particular, he was showing all the parlor tricks and everything, man. He was absolutely dazzling on that right-hand side, and I honestly don't see anyone else that could replace him if we try to sign another right winger in the summer. If we do that, we're just going to ruin his capabilities to become something that we know he's going to be one of the best players in the world. Robert Lewandowski, once again, that he's just showing everyone that his age does not matter. I mean, how in the world are you going to pull off that acrobatic finish straight through the keeper's legs in the start of this that gave us the lead after Girona equalized from a goal from Danjuma? So he changed the game, Lewandowski. He changed the game, and it was very needed for us at that point. So I'm very happy with that one. So it's very good. A few shaky performances. I won't lie. A few shaky performances. I could argue that Szczesny looked a little shaky in the back. I mean, I don't know what else to say there. I mean, if we're going to go for a goalkeeper, I think we should go for one. But I don't have any much more to say about that. We've got Araujo. It's not a good performance. I know we were resting Kubarsi for the Atletico game, but Araujo, he's just not like the same since coming back from that injury. And he's going to have to show something else in order to get his starting position back, because Inigo and Kubarsi have been incredible so far. They've been running that back line to the best of its abilities. And then Gerard Martin. He's young. But he was iffy today. I mean, the pass backs, most of his passes weren't played that well, but you know, he's young. I'm going to give him time to improve, but today it wasn't as good of a performance, but you could say that he is pretty young, so I won't slate him as much. Gavi, too many passes back, I think, from Gavi today, but other than that, he's been performing much better than what we've seen before of Gavi under Flick, so it's good. So let's go to the player ratings. Szczesny, it's a 6 from me. The distribution was okay and did have a few shaky moments in the back, but I don't know what to expect, man. I mean, he's coming under this with a little controversy over his retirement stuff, so it's a 6 from him. Jules Koundé, it's a 7 for me. He was absolutely incredible. He played pretty well. You could see he was a little gassed out, but played really well, and I think he's going to perform, and I think he will start against Atletico Madrid this Wednesday or Tuesday, I think. So it was good from him. Araujo, 5. That mistake to the goal was terrible. A bad pass straight to the midfield of Girona, and then he kept the Danjuma onside for the goal in Girona. You can't be making those mistakes, man, especially not against one of our rivals in a potential derby. So it's a 5 from me. Inigo Martinez, 7.5. He did pretty well. He kept out most of the people from Girona. They only had a few attacks in the first half. In the second half, they switched on. So Inigo has good respect for that, and I personally think he did really well today. Gerard Martin, it's a 6 from me. And just the passes. Once he gets the passes good, because his defense, I think, was okay, but needs to fix those passes a bit, need to tweak them a little bit to make them go forward a little more. His crosses also need to be improved, but he is young, so I'll give him a 6. Eric Garcia can get an 8 from me today. He was absolutely immense in that midfield. He passed the ball really well. He broke lines like Pedri. He was incredible today, and I think he was playing out of position because he usually plays in, I think it's defense or a defensive midfielder, and he was playing midfielder today. So performing really well for what his standards are, and I'm going to give him an 8. He did really well. Pedri, it's an 8.5 for me. Just running that midfield, he's been immense this season. He's been absolutely untouchable in that midfield, and is widely renowned to be known, for me at least, as one of the best midfielders in the world right now. And once again, he's proving it by being a part of this, an integral part of this Barcelona team that is absolutely rampaging through the world of football right now. So I will give him an 8.5. Lamine Yamal can get an 8 for me. He was dazzling on that right-hand side, and he was making sure that nobody could touch him. At some points, he held on to the ball too long, but he made up for that with his absolute beauty of play sometimes. He's showing all the parlor tricks, and he was absolutely getting by anybody he could whenever he wanted to. At some points, he looked like Neymar over there, just getting past anyone with ease, and it's exactly what you want to see in Lamine Yamal, especially considering he's 17 years old. So I'm going to give him an 8. Fermin Lopez. This is a hard one because he did have a few iffy moments a few stray shots outside the box, but he did have an assist, and he did play really well. So I'll give him an 8. Has that hunger. As I said before, it's going to be hard for him to get playing time ahead of a De Jong who's absolutely sparked up that midfield, ahead of Pedri, ahead of all those guys in that midfield. So for this game, I'll give him an 8, and he did perform really well. He got an assist, and he looked absolutely untouchable in that midfield. Should have gotten a penalty as well. As I said before, the standard of refereeing is iffy, and not just for Barcelona, for Real Madrid as well, for everyone in La Liga. The referees, not going to talk about them anymore though. Let's just move on with the player ratings. Gavi, 6.5. Thing is, he's not playing in his correct position. His position is a midfielder, attacking midfielder, and he's playing on the wing today. He passed the ball way too much to the back, and you could see some of the anger in some of the players when they saw him do it. So for me, it's a 6.5. But he has been performing at a much better level than what we've seen him perform recently, and so that's good. I would love for him to improve and get that Spain call-up next time, because he absolutely was integral for Spain whenever he played. So I'd love him to improve, and he is improving, but it's a 6.5 today for passing the ball too much to the back. Robert Lewandowski, 8.8, our man of the match for me. There's a lot of questions around him regarding his age, regarding his form, and I say to frick with that, because this guy is showing why he's still an elite top 5 striker in the world right now. And people could say there's people like Osimhen who are younger, like Gyökeres, like Isak. We have Lewandowski, and that's all we need right now. We have a striker that is scoring goals for fun, and that is all we need right now for Barcelona. We are showing the world why Lewandowski is still one of the best in the world, and it's an 8.8 for me today. Acrobatic finish for the first goal and a clinical finish for the second one. He's just really good, and he's showing why he's one of the best in the world. Kubarsi, he came on for a little bit. I think it was just to get him warmed up a little, so I will give him a 6.5. Alejandro Balde, he's been absolutely incredible for Hansi Flick recently. He came on as well. It was just to get him minutes because he was getting a break today, just like Kubarsi and all the other starters, so I'll give him a 6.5. Ferran Torres is in form. El Tiburón, muchacho. This guy is absolutely steaming it up right now, and he is currently balling under Flick right now. I think he has like 13 goals. It's just incredible in all competition, and he's really getting the shark at his best, man. I'm gonna give him a 7.5. He scored a goal that was incredible, and he's just been incredible for us in terms of like how he was performing before, and now he's banging in goals just like Lewandowski. So I'm gonna give him a 7.5. Pablo Torre, I love that we're giving some minutes to Pablo Torre because he absolutely deserves some, at least. Not over any of the starters, of course, but he deserves at least a few minutes to play, and I do love that we're getting him in, so I'm going to give him a 6.5. And Frankie de Jong, I'm going to say this right now, he's proven many of the haters wrong, and I love that for him. That goal, that Lewandowski goal, the second one, was all because of Frankie de Jong, and I'm going to give him a 7.5 because of that, because he's been absolutely balling out as well under Flick. For Hansi Flick, incredible game management. It's an 8.5 for me today. Didn't put a foot wrong, and yeah, good performance from Barcelona today. Can't wait till see Atletico Madrid at the Riyadh Air Metropolitana. So we'll see how that goes. I think we're ready for them, and let's go, baby. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.